If over the past 3 years you haven't realized it by now, there's a war being waged against you. This war is being waged by a powerful but secret group of elite psychopaths. They're waging war on you through many different avenues. The main avenue I'm going to focus on today is the chemical war they're waging on you through the food additive industry. First off, the water you drink has 12 chemicals in it, including arsenic, which is rat poison. 6 of these chemicals are forever chemicals because they never break down.
The Environmental Protection Agency is cracking down on toxic so-called forever chemicals in America's drinking water. The agency set new legal limits for 6 chemicals that don't naturally break down and are linked to numerous health problems, including cancer. Public water systems will have to check for and reduce the levels of these chemicals. The EPA says this could prevent thousands of deaths and illnesses.
The wrapping used to wrap your food has forever chemicals in it. To-go plates have forever chemicals in them. And when you put your food in it, you store your food in these wrappings and these to-go plates, they leach dangerous chemicals in your food.
Well, think about that takeout food order you made recently. Almost all of it probably came wrapped or boxed in one form or another, and it's what's in some of that packaging that is raising concern. So I'm working for you with this Consumer Reports investigation that found potentially dangerous chemicals in many commonly used food wrappers. You're watching scientists at work testing over 100 food packaging products for so-called forever chemicals, also known as PFAS, from popular retailers, and what they found is concerning.
We found PFAS in many types of packaging, in packaging from fast food restaurants and from grocery stores. We even found it in packaging from places that say they're moving away from PFAS.
PFAS, also known as forever chemicals, because in general they don't break down in landfills. They've been linked to serious health problems such as increased risk for some cancers, lowered immunity, and liver damage. So if PFAS is in food packaging, is it also in the food?
PFAS can migrate from packaging into food you eat, like that burger wrapped in paper that contains PFAS, or that salad in a molded fiber bowl.
Research even suggests that people who eat out regularly may indeed have higher PFAS levels in their blood. Paper bags, molded fiber bowls, and single-use plates have the highest PFAS levels on average from all of the food packaging tested.
Most canned food has chemicals in the lining of the can. These chemicals leach into food that's stored in the can.
Well, we have this for you. We want you to check your pantries. A chemical linked to a variety of diseases such as breast cancer, diabetes, and obesity, and that's no longer used in many plastic toys and bottles, is still in many canned food items.
A consumer advocacy group is now pushing to have it taken out of the can linings. Consumer reporter Steve Sprague is digging deeper into the use of BPA.
Metal cans. They are a great convenience to all of us. Cans are lined to prevent corrosion or harmful bacteria from getting inside the cans. But some say when this lining is made of a chemical known as BPA, it poses a risk to all of us.
Bisphenol A, known as BPA, originally was developed as an estrogen therapy. Later, it was discovered it could be used to improve plastics.
It actually makes plastic clear and hard.
But studies show that BPA can leach out of can linings and into food.
It mimics our hormones, and that's why it causes those diseases.
Most food in general has dangerous chemicals in them, including chemicals that are banned in Europe.
Some of your favorite fast food orders could be hiding dangerous chemicals. Researchers at George Washington University sampled 64 fast food items from several restaurants. More than 80% included phthalates, which are used to make plastics soft and are known to disrupt the endocrine system. Chicken burritos and cheeseburgers had the highest levels of chemicals, while cheese pizzas had the lowest.
We want to turn now to a series of stories that we are doing this week on how U.S. food regulations have left American consumers exposed to chemicals and additives that have been banned in other countries. CBS's Holly Williams goes in depth to show us how some of these ingredients may be linked to cancer and other health-related issues.
From baguettes to focaccia, Europe is famous for its bread, but one ingredient is missing: Potassium bromate is a suspected carcinogen that's banned for human consumption in Europe as well as China and India, but legal in the US, where it's used by some food makers to strengthen dough and estimated to be present in over 100 products.
There is evidence that it may be toxic to human consumers, that it may even either initiate or promote the development of tumours.
Professor Eric Millstone is an expert on food additives and told us European countries take a much more cautious approach to food safety.
Can we say for sure that these differences in regulations mean that people in the US have developed cancers that they would not have developed if they'd been eating only in Europe?
I think that that is almost certainly the conclusion that we could reach.
It's not just potassium bromate, but many other chemicals and substances that are banned here in Europe over health concerns, but considered safe by the FDA.
But where's the FDA? Aren't they supposed to be regulating all this? Because of a grass law, this grass loophole law, companies are able to self-certify the chemicals they put in their food are safe, and they don't have to notify the FDA when they put new chemicals in their food products, which is crazy because many of these grass chemicals have been found to be dangerous and unsafe, showing these companies cannot police themselves. But currently these companies are policing themselves and telling the world that these chemicals are safe, when in actuality a lot of these chemicals aren't safe.
There are more than 10,000 chemicals and additives allowed in food in the U.S., often in small amounts, but many have not been evaluated by the FDA in decades. Some chemicals allowed here have been banned overseas after research has linked them to cancer and developmental or behavioral issues.
We need to put the F back into the Food and Drug Administration.
Congresswoman Jan Schakowsky introduced a bill requiring the FDA to review certain chemicals that are banned overseas and to close what's known as the grass loophole, chemicals generally recognized as safe. This allows companies to skip an extensive safety review when adding many new chemicals to food.
Is the food industry basically policing itself?
I would say yes. And when you look around the world and you see what other countries are doing to protect their consumers, we are far behind.
CBS News has obtained a copy of proposed legislation in California that would make it the first U.S. state to ban 5 common chemicals, including potassium bromate, from all foods sold, distributed, or made there.
Michael Taylor, a former FDA official, already admitted the FDA does not have the information to vouch for a lot of these chemicals, which means there's no real study to verify what these companies and their experts are saying. This all ties into population control. They are purposely putting chemicals in your food, in your water, everywhere you turn, and all your hair products and all these products that go on your body and in your body. They do this to keep you sick and dependent on big pharma, while also keeping the population at a steady decline. But there are chemical-free products you can buy, but sadly they cost more, but it's worth it because you can get away with eating these chemical-filled products for some time because your body will naturally get rid of it. But because you're being bombarded everywhere you turn, everywhere you go, every single day, every second, you're being bombarded with all these chemicals, your immune system will eventually become overloaded, and they won't be able to get all of these chemicals out of your body, and sooner or later they will start building up in your bloodstream and in your body, and that will lead to all kind of illnesses and sicknesses. So next time you go shopping, read the ingredients, be smart, understand the crazy world you are in. Please don't feed this stuff to your kids. Please, you're gonna regret feeding it to yourself. When you see your kids grow up with all these crazy illnesses, you're gonna regret it. You're gonna deeply, deeply regret it. I guarantee you.